Hey you guys, this is just going to be a quick review on how to graph lines that are in the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. All right, so basically looking at your equation, the coefficient on x, meaning the number in front of x, is your slope. That's your rise over run, so your vertical movement and your horizontal movement. And then the b value is the starting point on the y-axis. So I'm just going to go through a couple of different examples, and hopefully that helps you in graphing lines in the future. So looking at this equation, I'm just going to label my m and b. So my b value is 3, so I'm going to go to 3 on the y-axis, and that is my starting point. So I'm actually going to make a point there. And then my slope is 2. Now, typically we talk about slope as rise over run, and I know that this isn't written as a fraction, but I can write it as a fraction if I write it as 2 over 1. So this is my up and down movement, my vertical movement, and this is my side to side movement. Okay, so from here, if I go up 2, that's positive. So to keep it a positive slope, I have to go right 1. So up and right are both positive movements. Now I can't extend it any further this way because I run out of graph. So I'm going to go back to this point and I'm going to actually reverse the slope. So if I go down 2, that's negative. So then I have to go left 1 because a negative and a negative keep it a positive. So down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. So then once you get enough points, you can go ahead and connect those across the whole graph, and then arrows on the ends because this line does extend forever. And then just take a second and look. Your positive slope should look like you're going uphill if you follow the graph left to right. And since this does, I at least know that I did the positive slope correctly. All right, next one. So I have my m and my b. So my starting point on the y-axis is -1. So I'm going to make a point there. Now, for a -1/2, I have to go one positive direction and one negative direction. So if I go up 1, that's positive. So now I have to go left 2 to account for the negative direction. Up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. If I want to get a couple more points in this direction, I just have to reverse it. Now I'll go down 1, which is negative, so then I have to go right 2, which is positive. Down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. Again, once you get enough points, go ahead and connect the dots. All right, third example. Starting point is -3 on the y-axis, so 1, 2, 3. Make a point there. My slope is 2/3, so I can go in 2 positive directions or 2 negative directions. So 2 positive directions would be up 2, right 3, up 2, right 3. 2 negative directions would be down and to the left, so down 2, left 1, 2, 3. And then connect your lines or connect your dots to make your line. And last example is just y equals -3x. So I don't see anything at the end over here, which means the b value is 0. We just don't write +0 because adding 0 doesn't do anything. So my starting point is right at the origin. And then to graph a negative slope, again, I can picture this as -3 over 1. So if I go up 3, I have to go left 1. So it's, again, a positive direction and a negative direction. Up 3 and left 1. If I want to extend in the other way, go down 3, right 1, down 3, right 1. And that is really any scenario that you could have. So we did 2 positive slopes, 1 whole number, 1 fraction, and then same thing over here, 2 negative slopes, 1 whole number in terms of negatives, and then 1 fraction in terms of negatives. So if you still have questions, make sure you come on in and get help. Otherwise, hopefully this helps you in graphing lines.